Extinguish. Well, well, well. What do we have here, children? Why would you set fire to my study? Well, I can plainly see you are practicing your magic. Now, the both of you, explain to me why you felt the need to destroy my study. I see. Well, since both of you insist on talking over one another, let me try to deduce what was going on from the evidence in front of me. You came in early, before your lessons were needed, and started studying from some of my older tomes. The one that is badly scorched there. That looks like a battle tome for a wizard who's out on the front lines during combat. Hmm. Now, what would you need for a battle tome? I see. So you think that's where the higher level spells are? Do not concern yourself with battle tomes. You are not ready for that. Even if that is what you do when you become adults. But for now, stick to the magic you can wield. You were trying to cast a tier 1 fire spell by the looks of it, and you've destroyed my study and soiled your clothing. So, you two need to be careful, especially you, young lady. We do not get many young ladies that join this academy. Do not jeopardize your standings, or you may end up being turned to the clergy, where you'll be forced to be a healer or a cleric. That'd be such a waste of your glorious talent. Stop your snickering, young man. You too could jeopardize your standings with this academy. Would you like to be forced to use your magic for farm work? Oh, you don't think that wouldn't happen? Just because the two of you are the son and daughter of the Viscount does not mean anything. Do you understand me? You still could get in trouble. You could jeopardize everything you've learned thus so far. Worst case scenario, I'd have to put a binding spell on your magic and you'd never be able to cast again. But since you're so eager to learn, let's learn and understand why people cannot cast magic out of their range. Even I cannot cast some spells. And I have been a wizard for many, many years, to the point where now I teach at this academy. Young in elven years, yes, I am young, but in human years, I am not. I am 350 years old. I've had plenty of time to learn. I have reached the rank of sage. But back to the lessons, since you're so eager, my children. Understanding the weave is the most important. This is why, even though you've combined both your spell powers, weren't able to cast the tier 1 fire spell you were trying. Not to mention, I don't think you have the correct component. Magic is a gift given to us by the gods, and it will not suffer fools. You're lucky all you did was burn a few books and scrolls on my desk and char the desk a little bit. You could have harmed yourself greatly. If the magic went wild, you could have destroyed this entire room, along with yourselves in it. So, girl. So, what, boy? No, I will not be telling your father, or nor your mother, Viscount and Viscountess Everlast. Now, Lady Everlast, can you tell me precisely what spell we could use to fix my scrolls and desk and tomes that you so charitably burnt? Think hard. And while you're thinking about that, Lord Everlast, what do you think you could do to clean up the soot on your clothing? Remember, you cannot cast anything above what you're at. Excellent, excellent, Lady Everlast. Very good, young one. This is why you are the prodigy. Your adept to magic is good. You're correct. The mending spell will be able to be cast by you, and you will be able to mend my tomes and books and desk. Get on to it now. Excellently done. Excellent, excellent. I am impressed. Now for you, my lord. My lady, do not help him. He may not be as adapted to magic as you are, but he still is quite powerful. A little flight of fancy in the mind, though, unfortunately. Correct. Prestidigitation would be the spell you would use, young lord. Now, clean yourself up and your sister. Very good. Now that we've sorted both you and the damage you've made, can we move on to the proper lesson of the day? Or do you think you've learned enough? Very well. I can explain to you why that happened. When magic was created by the gods, magic itself was actually created first, out of the chaos that created everything. Some bits of the chaos started coalescing into smaller bits, more thinking bits, if you will. And then all of a sudden it started to attach to other bits, and beyond, and so forth, and so on. That is what created the weave. And then the weave started to develop layers, tiers, levels. Then there is the level you're at. It is more of a chaotic set of the weave. It is the lowest level, the lowest tier. A cantrip can be casted by anybody with magic in their blood, or the ability to learn it and understand it. Now, with that being said, as you progress through your studies, you will learn that when you reach through the weave to weave a spell, you must understand what you're pulling from and putting back in as you do so. Hence why either you need the material components to the spell or an arcane focus, which neither of you two are ready for an arcane focus, because that is something you have to forge through magic. Yes, I made mine. I got my arcane focus from a red dragon scale. I was far more irresponsible than I am today. Once I gained that, I've been able to cast any spell without using material components. Yes, I made mine into an amulet. Hangs about my neck. You'll find whatever you want one day when it's time for you to create yours. Young lord, you are getting far too ahead of yourself. I understand, unlike your sister, you have no patience, but that is okay. We will teach you some. Excellent question, my lady. You would need more than one caster to reach above the ninth tier. So to reach tier 10 in casting, you would need 3 casters. And they would all have to be focused and in sync, or the spell would go awry. Young lord, another really good question. The gods and the weave itself restricted us from going above ninth tier. We were once able to cast 11th, 10th, 12th level spells. However, those spells were far too taxing and started to unmake the caster. Some were killed, some driven mad. But it's okay. We have learned our lessons. Those casters from the past taught us a valuable lesson. We could, when you got older and more powerful, you definitely could cast a 10th level spell amongst the 3 of us. But there's only a handful, and not worth casting. It still comes at a great cost. My master once told me that he saw a group of witches, a coven of 6 witches, try to cast an 11th level spell, and it cost them greatly. All of them lost their ability to cast at all. It stripped them of their magic. So 6 people lost the ability because they wanted to take revenge on a kingdom that had hunted their people down and nearly drove them to extinction. Very good, my lady. Very good. You're correct. This academy has every form of caster, even warlocks. Now, with them, we have to be a touch careful, especially if they get their magic from a patron that is from the abyssal plane. We do not want to deal with fiends or devils. The ethereal plane is fine, the celestial plane as well. However, the abyssal plane is not where we need to go to get our magic. You 2 are lucky that you were born sorcerers. The magic itself is in your blood. Myself, as an elf, has magic, but I was not born a sorcerer. I had to learn it the hard way, through study, alchemy, formulas, incantations, all of it. I had to become a wizard, which is fine. Yes, that's why most of your magic just kinds of comes naturally to you. Yes, indeed. You 2 are very brilliant. Your parents will be proud once you become stronger in your magic casting. Ah, my lady, great question. Yes, it is quite common for non-magic folk to give birth to magic folk. Usually amongst the humans, like the 2 of you, that happens. But in my family, both my parents are elves. My father is a great sorcerer. My mother, a great rune carver. Ah, that is the sound of the lunch bell. Let's go, have a meal, and we can continue this lesson later. Very good, my lord and lady. Go I will join you momentarily. I want to grab something. I think our next lesson should be in nature. Sorta. But run along. I'll be along.